Raid Shadow Legends has just announced a brand new Fusion champion. This Fusion is starting on the 5th of May. That's right, guys. The grind never stops. We have another one going right now. It's Ishiyama the Immovable. This guy looks pretty epic, if you ask me. Actually, I should say pretty legendary. I want to just dive in, take a look at him, and take a look at everything that he has to offer. First of all, really cool looking champion right here. Part of the Shadowkin faction. Let's go take a look at his kit right here and see what he is all about. See if this is a fusion that we're going to be diving into. I mean, at the end of the day, we're going for the Lady Mikage soul right now, utilizing all of our champion training. That's going to take everything that I have. And we were light on resources already going into this. But for me, we'll see if we can get it. You know, we don't ever miss a fusion, even when we think we're going to. All right, so let's take a look at his kit. We have Burning Comet. Attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit transfers a random debuff from this champion to a target. If the champion is under any debuffs when attacked, counterattacks with this skill. And as you can see, he just increases damage every single time you throw a skill tome into him, up to an additional 5, 10, 15, 20% more damage. Then we have Calculated Volley, which is on a 4-turn cooldown. Attacks all enemies. Has a 75% chance of placing a fear debuff, a 25% chance of decreasing crit damage debuff, and a 30% decreased crit rate debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. These debuffs cannot be resisted by enemies who are already under 2 or more debuffs. You're going to be able to add 20% damage. You're going to buff debuff chance an additional 25% and get it on a 3-turn cooldown with that 5th book being put into Calculated Volley. Then we move on over to Finish Them, which is on a 4-turn cooldown before we get some books in there. Attacks one enemy, will ignore 25% of the target's defense, will ignore 50% of the target's defense. Instead, if the target's under 2 or more debuffs, places a block damage debuff on the champion for 2 turns if the attack kills an enemy. And here you can get 20% more damage and negate that cooldown by 1, taking 3 books. Then we have the Immovable, which is the passive. Whenever your enemy resists a debuff placed by this champion, the next debuff placed by this champion cannot be resisted. Each debuff placed by this champion increases their max HP by 3%, stacking up to 30%. And what we have here is increases ally HP in all battles by 28%. So what do you think of this champion right here? I know that a lot of you don't go for every single fusion and you kind of pick and choose which champions you want. The collector in me makes me want to just not ever miss a fusion, always dive in and do my best to add that champion to my roster. Of course, we need the resources to do it, and the way that I typically spend inside of the game is really only the $10 per month on the gem pass, which gets me a couple of thousand gems, which I am very frugal with and I don't really spend that often. Now, I want to show you guys something real quick. What I'm doing right here is we are watching right now our video that just dropped this morning. Take a look. We're watching it right here. We were completely dominating Arena with the Lord Entertainer Fabian build. We were rebuilding Fabian. If you missed that video, it published earlier on today, just about 2 hours ago. Go check it out because, well, I like your guys' support on all of these things. So what do you guys think of this champion? Is Ishiyama the Immovable a champion that you need on your roster? If you've never played Raid Shadow Legends, I have a link in the description of this video that gets you 2 free epic champions upon downloading the game and a bunch of resources to jumpstart your account. Remember to subscribe, guys, and we go live every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern. I'll see you guys in my next video.